now that I can officially say this, I'm fucking going to. My name's Max. I'm a couple hours on T. Girl boss, gaslight, gatekeep. See you in a month, babe.
Here's what we're not going to do. We aren't going to let the little amount of increased representation and awareness of non-binary folks work to reduce non-binary people to a third gender. And so I challenge you, when you hear people saying things like, oh, non-binary people are they, thems, gently and kindly speak up and remind them that the point of using the word non-binary is to be expansive and not reductive.
If you are someone who wants to use inclusive language and you love to talk about inclusivity, then you have to stop using the word obese and obesity. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Other Caucasians to the back. Immediately. Honestly, thank you. Looks better already.
When I was a little girl, my dad tried to scare me away from socialism by telling me that I had to give away half of my Halloween candy. And I was like, why? And he said, because some kids didn't want to go trick-or-treating. I was like, that's not true. Trick-or-treating is fun. Why couldn't they go? And Dad said, well, because they were sick. And I said, okay. And Dad said, you really want to give half of your candy away? And I was like, of course. If kids are so sick that they can't go trick-or-treating, and that's the most funnest thing ever, they should have all of my candy. You're not going to scare me away from socialism, man. You have no idea how much I love candy.
It was not okay that your mom put you in Weight Watchers in elementary school.
So it wasn't Weight Watchers for me, it was LA Weight Loss, and I remember I was 15, my mom took me with her when she signed up, and the lady at this place, I still remember what the room looked like, was telling my mom like, oh yeah, you can your daughter can do it with you. You don't even necessarily have to pay separately for her, but you can pay extra for these like bars so she can do it with you, and you don't even have to do anything different. You can just like cook the same meal and like she'll eat those too, and it'll be great that you'll both be doing this together. And she like really sold her on the fact that a 15-year-old and an adult would be doing the exact same diet, and that seemed normal to them. That's not normal, and that's not okay. And I was like, of course these people can't still be in business. I looked it up. It still exists, which is crazy.
I don't think there's anyone who hits the phrase straight white male harder than straight white men themselves. And, you know, this is coming from a straight white male. You know, me being a straight white male. I know you don't want to be hearing this from a cis straight white.
Milk in your coffee? Actually, it's unethically sourced. I'm fine. Oh, okay. I also have almond. Yeah, no, the carbon footprint's a little bit too high. Oh, yeah. I hardly ever drink it. Do you want sugar or something? Is it non-GMO? I'm afraid to answer that question.
So a few months ago, I said I was interested in radical wealth redistribution.
Weren't you literally just married to the wealthiest man on the entire planet like 2 months ago? Like, don't you have a child with him? And you're talking about radical wealth distribution? Shut the f.
There does exist a pink kryptonite in the comics. One of the strangest things in Superman comics, pink kryptonite makes Superman gay. Isn't that the weirdest?
Actually, that's offensive.
Yes, incredibly.
Actually, that's offensive.
I know. There's a reason we're talking about this here.
Yes. How do they know that?
When Superman is around pink kryptonite, he loses all interest in Lois Lane. He becomes extremely interested in Jimmy Olsen. And then also in some not great sort of stereotypes, he also is very complimentary of Jimmy Olsen, the window treatments that Jimmy Olsen has.
So when was this one written?
Was that
2003? 2000. Will and Grace was on the air. Oh my God. What are you talking about? Wow. I thought you were going to say 19. Actually, that is enormously offensive.
POV Slovenian philosopher Slavoj Žižek is telling you about his favorite TV show, She-Ra and the Princess of Power.
And so, when Adora makes her own sword, it serves as a Hegelian metaphor. It's pure ideology. I mean, I'm not saying I love the movie, but in a way, it reminds me of Kung Fu Panda.
just walk around all day thinking about other people's feelings?
Yeah, don't you?
No. How do you get anything done?
It's hard.
I can destroy galaxies with a thought. Why won't you die?
Left-wing propaganda in TV and cinema, part 2. There is a very long description. Since World War II, the success of capitalism has had Western Marxists fuming and foaming at the mouth. Yet how does one fight against something that works, especially when one's own alternative ideology has been proven time and time again to be an utter failure?
This was definitely written by a second-year arts student.
I didn't get a lot of Marxist undertones / overtones from The Secret Life of Us. Captain Planet and the Planeteers. Eric Banner's 2003 version of Hulk. Well, that's obvious, though.
Oh, I guess, yeah, fair enough.
Do not tell me that you're still worried about the pandemic. All right, if it makes you feel any better, the only people who are going to die from it are people who are weak to the disease and people who are already ill. They were going to die anyway, so let's go get some margaritas. Come on.
Casual racism implies the existence of ranked competitive racism.
Implies? Oh, you haven't heard of... okay. Right, so basically, they're called the police.
I mean, like, yeah, he was a manipulator and he cheated on his racist wife a lot. You know what else he did that I think deserves a little bit more outrage? The Bay of Pigs invasion.
Did they check your guys' vax cards when you guys came in?
That's up!
They're doing that everywhere now. It's nice. I like it. I went into a place and I showed them my library card. And he was like, this is a library card. This is not a proof of vaccination. And I was like, yeah, but it is.
So if you spent too much money this weekend and feel guilty about it, here's a quote from Karl Marx that might make you feel better. The less you eat, drink, buy books, go to the theater or to the pub, and the less you think, love, theorize, sing, paint, fence, the more you will be able to save and the greater your capital. The less you express your life, the more you have, and the greater is your alienation.
I am here to present Kyle Rittenhouse for the Emmy for Worst Fake Crying Mazel Tov. Kyle, you did it! Your performance on the stand, Kyle. I mean, I was so not moved. You know, the crying classes that you took. And then what happened was, this guy came and he was like, but then no, you're a white male with a fucking gun taking the law into his own hands. White entitlement, yeah, fuck you, Kyle. Like, you don't even get a flush. I'm not wasting water on you.
I mean this in the rudest way possible. Get vaccinated.
Okay, one, yes, I'm sitting in my car because my daughter's asleep. And yes, I'm using a beauty filter because it's been a long day educating the world's youth and I need it. But like, is anyone else tired of this like audio that's like, what's not clicking, Steven? Like, I'm over it, especially when white women do it. Like, I'm just so tired of seeing white women use audios on TikTok that are like clearly given to us by the black community, by black content creators, and like no credit given, no recognition of like where this originated. Like, the amount of clout that white women have gotten off the backs of black content creators is unreal. Imagine a world where Addison Rae could only use content made by white people. Like, that bitch would be a bum. And let me just be clear, I use the word bitch in a very loving term. Like, I don't think Addison Rae is a bitch, okay? I don't even know her. This is the internet. But what I'm saying is, like, if white content creators only used audios and, you know, challenges that were created by other white content creators, I don't think that this app would have as many white content creators with millions of followers and millions of dollars. Like, the amount of money and notoriety these people have is honestly credited almost solely to black content creators. Okay, I had no idea that I had changed the speed of the audio, and now, like, I went back and watched it, and it's embarrassing. But I'm gonna keep it because, like, I got through a lot of points in a small amount of time, so we're going with it. I don't mean this to come across like I'm saying white people should stick to white people shit and black people should stick to black people shit. Like, that sounds really divisive, and that's really not what I'm trying to say. But it just kind of speaks to the privilege that white people have, that anything that they want, they just take for themselves and use for their benefit.
Somebody tweeted a video today calling out Hassan with Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz knows about the house memes, right? So like this video, it goes on air. Ted Cruz retweets Hassan's tweet posting the video. And then Hassan just changed his Twitter name to Ted Cruz liked porn on 9/11. So if you go to Ted Cruz's Twitter account right now, it says Ted Cruz liked porn on 9/11.
So firstly, feminism isn't a club. There's no like membership card. So you can't be kicked out and excluded. Feminism is something that you do and believe. And the point of that video is that you should be doing and believing those things because you know that it's beneficial for yourself. The fact that you've written so many comments talking about what seems to really be you having been offended by feminists in the past tells me that you indeed did not get the point, which was that your activism doesn't have anything to do with the marginalized group. You need to be doing it for yourself to prevent this mindset. Thank you for being today's example.